Hello guys, this is Ox299. Today I want to go ahead and try to clear up some confusion that I think a lot of people, I do a PC business out of my home, and I think a lot of customers and a lot of my customers, they don't know the ins and outs of computers. They just know, enough to get on the internet and enough to do their email and maybe play some games and stuff like that. But when they bring in their computers and, they're asking me to help them speed things up or whatever, a lot of times they'll think that they might need a new hard drive, and they confuse a hard drive with memory in a computer, or what memory is what we call RAM. So today I want to go ahead and not only show you the difference, but explain the difference and how I explain to my customers the difference. I think I have a pretty good explanation on the difference today. So right here on the left, we have, this is one of the old school mechanical hard drives. That's a desktop hard drive. This is a 3.5-inch hard drive. Okay, this is a old mechanical laptop hard drive. Now they still use these kind of hard drives in a lot of computers today, because solid state drives that don't have the mechanical spindle that spins around so it can read data does the same thing here. Spins this around 7,200 times per minute to read data when your computer's reading data. Now there's another hard drive, and that's called a solid state drive. It doesn't use any mechanical motors spinning any magnetic wheels to read data, and that's a picture I'll show you right here. I don't have one with me, but that's a solid state drive, and it's more like the memory you might find like in a computer or a cell phone or something like that, and it just basically puts everything, stores all the memory on that solid state drive there. Now when we're talking about memory or RAM, it's completely different than your hard drive. Now both of them do remember data, yes, but this is memory, and this typically goes right into the motherboard, where a hard drive will typically go away from the motherboard and it's connected by a cable to the motherboard, and it also typically has a separate power cable to power it. Memory, whether it be a laptop or whether it be a desktop, is going to be installed usually right in the motherboard, right by the CPU. And this is some old desktop memory here. This is a little bit fancier. It basically has a heat shield around it, as you can see the plastic there. But inside you can see it's the same thing as most memory that you might have seen before. And this is different memory modules here, and as you can see, it just plugs in where these gold connections are right here. That goes right into the motherboard slot. Now motherboards will typically have anywhere between 2, 4, sometimes even 6 or 8 slots where you can install memory and upgrade memory. You just have to be sure that you're buying the right type of memory for your motherboard and your computer, because there's a lot of different kinds of memory that you can buy. Typically the stuff that's older on older computers, it's harder, they don't make it anymore, so it's harder to find it. Even used memory like this can be harder to find, and it's usually will cost you more than the computer is worth upgrading, to be honest with you. So if you're trying to upgrade an 8-year-old computer, you're going for like DDR2 memory or something like that, a lot of times it'll be harder to find that memory. When you do, it's going to be used because they don't even make it anymore, and then they're going to be asking a premium asking price for it. It's kind of the law of supply and demand. Now if you're looking at laptop memory, it's the same thing as this, but it's smaller, and it looks like these little memory modules here. So that is what memory is. Okay, so it's either small or it looks long like this, depending on if you have a laptop or a desktop. And let me go ahead and show you the difference here between memory and a hard drive. Okay, the way I like to explain this. Alright, I want to go ahead and have you imagine, okay, that your computer is like you working in an office, okay? And I'm not the best drawer here, especially holding a camera. But here we have your computer desk. Okay, so we have your little drawers here, and we have your papers drawn here, right? And this is your pen, and maybe you have a folder out here that you're working on, a book or whatever. Okay, so this is your desk, and over here somewhere you have one of those old tall and I'm sure everybody's seen these before. You have one of these old tall, like 3 or 4 drawer. You have your handles here. And what this is your file cabinet. These drawers slide open, right? And you have all your files that you sort away. Okay? So imagine a computer being this whole office. Okay? Well, your memory is going to be what you're using right now. Your computer uses memory right now. So how much memory you have is basically, looking at this computer desk, it's how much room you have on this desktop to get all your files out, to get all your books out and all your papers out, and actually look at everything and work on different items at the same time. So when a computer uses its memory here, that's how much space it has to open programs and open pictures and open music files, open videos and play videos, how much room it has to work. So if you have 4 gigabytes of memory, that's going to be, only this much room. Whereas if you have 8 gigabytes of memory in your computer, maybe you have a lot bigger desk. Okay, so now all of a sudden you have a lot more room to work, and you can open up, your computer can open up a lot more applications at the same time. So memory is basically right now how much room your computer has to work. Now when we talk about the hard drives, okay, hard drives I want you to go ahead and think of as your filing cabinet over to the side. It's not files and programs, it's where you store, your computer stores, pictures and programs and files that are going to be used later. They're still on the computer, they're in the office, and they can be used at any time you call them. Okay, but they're not being used right now. So a hard drive is where it's a lot bigger amount of data. So like you have 1 terabyte hard drives or 500 gigabyte hard drives. Your memory is going to be a lot smaller. It's only going to be like 8 gigabytes or 4 gigabytes of internal memory, where you might have a 1 terabyte, which is 1,000 gigabyte hard drive, or a 2 terabyte hard drive. So it's a lot more room to actually store all your files. I mean, if you tried to take all these files out of here and put them on your desk, there'd be no way. But what you want to do, your computer only wants to pull up the files and the programs and the pictures, whatever it is you want to see right now. So when you go to your computer and you start a program, your program is in the hard drive. Well, once you start the program, that program moves from your hard drive over to your memory. It's using the program right now. When you get done with it, when you exit that program, or when you close the pictures or the videos, well, then it puts those back into your hard drive and you're not using them anymore, so you have more room on your desktop or in your memory for other things. So think of a hard drive as long-term storage, or storage that you can pull at any time, like in a file cabinet sitting by your desk. Sometimes it takes a few minutes to load those files, just like it might take you a few minutes to go in here and search for those files and find those. So hard drives isn't right now, it's not immediately right now. It takes a few seconds to find it, to acquire it and put it over into your memory to use it. Where memory is how much room your computer has to use those files and pictures and whatever it is your computer is doing right now. So as you can see, having a bigger hard drive than what you have is going to allow you to store a lot more pictures or data or files for long-term use when you pull it. But if you're looking for a speed increase in your computer, typically what you're looking at is to add more memory. You want to make your desktop bigger so that your computer can open more files at once, and that's going to speed it up. Just like if you have a bigger desk to work at and you have all kinds of clutter all over your desktop all the time, you might want to add a second desk, or you might want to make a bigger desk so that you can open more things up at one time and work more efficiently. So that is the difference between memory and hard drives, and how I like to explain it to my customers. Think of memory as storage your computer is using right now, how big your desk space is, so that it can work on files and get them done. As you can imagine, if you have too small of a desk and you're trying to open up a huge game, right? A game that is demanding, just one single game can tax the hell out of your desktop space. It is trying to open up all these different parts of the program, and you just don't have enough memory. You don't have enough space to open everything that computer needs to open up to play that game, for example, efficiently. Whereas if you install more memory in your computer, suddenly you have a lot more space, and now the computer is more efficient and can actually get stuff done. And you're going to see a big improvement while playing that game. Okay? So hopefully that helps explain the difference between, like I said, memory and hard drives for you, and makes it a little more clear. I want to go ahead and thank you guys for watching. This has been Zaxter99. Be sure you like this video if this has helped you understand the difference, if it helps make sense to you. You know, if you have any questions, be sure you put those in the comments down below. If you haven't subscribed to me, you can subscribe to me right up here. You can also rate the video. Please rate it. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. Right down below the video is a thumbs up, thumbs down. Please give me a thumbs up if this has helped you at all. Like I said, be sure you leave those comments down below. And thanks so much for watching. This has been Zaxter99. Take care, everybody.